Hey everyone, Daniel Whitlow here again. So back at the high crop today. Thought maybe this video focus will be getting the clutch housing on here on the front. So letting off from one of my earlier videos in the Planetary, or I think at the end of the last video I showed, I got the Planetary pack installed. I had your gear here and the park pawl and everything installed, the disconnect. I didn't have the shafts in yet, so I got to get these shafts in. This one just threads in and has that aluminum washer. Over here is the side with the lever, and this is kind of fun. So it goes in a certain way because of this hole here for the toe disconnect lever. And I think it's supposed to be horizontal when it's engaged. So I got a new O-ring for this, and I'll slip that in a minute. And then we got to get this shaft in here in the back. Apologies on the lighting. I got some more lights coming for this shop. This is an area I don't normally work in. So we'll get that in. We'll talk about that. I got some of these pieces over here. Funny story, when I first ordered parts, I ordered 4 O-rings, and John Deere put them in the bag and didn't label what they were, and of course, that was months ago for me. So I looked back at my order, and there were 3 different part numbers, and I was able to look up the part number and see where that was used in the parts diagram and figure out which O-ring is which. But it's incredible how many different O-rings there are, and just like in this tractor, one of these, I think it was this one, I swear it's used in like 15 different places in the tractor. But anyway, rant over. So this goes on the end of the parking pawl. This big O-ring here actually goes on there. We'll put it on the other side of that key there. And then we'll slip this piece on. And that'll complete the parking pawl, other than, of course, the cable that eventually goes to it. We got our shaft. That's going to go in the Planetary. And the cover on the back. So we'll put that shaft in. Then there's bearing cup, shim, and then that cover. Didn't even realize it, but inside of here, and you'll just call it the black hole of abyss in there. There's a ball in there. If you look, there's a little shaft right there. It's holding that ball in. Honestly, I don't know exactly what that does, but it's there. It's supposed to be there. Ball, pin. Yeah. So I'll kind of get this in together. We'll get that on. These 2 O-rings here are for the line going up to here. We'll get to that eventually here. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, and we might have to make some adjustments here according to the manual. I'm not sure. Okay, on a grand scale, everything looks the same, but got the shafts installed, all this installed. This is supposed to be like 5 to 10 thousandths. I figure as long as it's able to move and you don't have play in it, that's good. Getting that shaft in here was a doozy. I don't know why. If I had to do it again, just don't be afraid to jiggle and wiggle and to get the teeth lined up inside here. I don't know why. It was just fighting me. So got that in. We got this tightened down. There wasn't lock tabs on this when I took it apart. I just put Loctite on the bolts. That reminds me, I still have to get, you guys see it here, this line down here hooked up at some point. Realized I talked about I had 2 O-rings for this line. Well, I never did the bottom when I had this all apart. I'm sure as heck ain't getting to it now. And that other one must be in here because it's not on that flange. Anyways, won't worry about those. So that's all installed. I started cleaning everything up front here because before we can install the clutch housing on, we got to get this gear assembly on and this shaft and gear assembly in here. And I cleaned everything up, the gasket surface, that's all clean. And I was going to install this. And let's come down here, of course, on the floor. So this bearing here was on this shaft, and I mean, long story short, this bearing's locked up. When it was here, this got a little rusty in here, and I think the water sat kind of in this snap ring here and went right into that bearing, and it's locked up. So I've got a new one on order. Until then, we're on pause. Alright, so I'm working on cleaning out the front end of this clutch housing here. Sorry, I got my lights trying. Hopefully see better. It is nasty in here. So I'm curious. Someone can tell me. I cleaned all of this up here, and of course there's a boot to like this area for the linkage, for the transmission disconnect and so on, but this should all be clean in here, right? I mean, the hole for the shaft for the disconnect was open, so it could get dirty that way. And you know, this was open up here. You know, that boot was all broken up. But otherwise, there's really nothing. Anyways, I gotta clean this up. This is taking a while. Gonna take a while. I just started, and of course, it's stuff that doesn't clean up easily. You can't just brush it off. It's sticky, gooey, and you can see I started to scrape with the screwdriver. So hopefully, get this mostly cleaned up. Wanted to do this before I got everything together and the C1, C2 installed. Didn't want to be working around that. Alright, well, I'm not sure how well it really shows up on camera, but I didn't think it cleaned up half bad. It's certainly, not shiny metal clean, but there's all the gunk that came out of it. These are just paper towels here, but it was full of gunk. What was really hard to get was a spot. Sorry, get my light. And the camera, there we go, back there. That looks worse on camera than I think it is. But anyways, all in all, it's pretty well cleaned up. So that should make it so I already did the backside, got that cleaned. Whenever I'm ready, say we're ready to install this on the rear end. All right, so we're back in action here. We're gonna have to put this washer on first, then we'll get this gear on. This washer is gonna go to the outside, but before that washer goes on, we gotta put in all of these rollers inside these gears. And then I got a new bearing put on here, pressed on, and then that just gets lightly tapped into here. There is a thrust washer that goes on there first. All right, one step closer. All right, I think we have everything installed here. We've got our washer on the outside. I thought I had lost this. Turns out it was stuck to the other part. In my pile of parts there, we got this shaft installed. O-rings, 2 there. There's a serial number break on these, so they could be different if yours is an early 64. Now we've got 3 O-rings over here, and we're gonna get the skid loader and lift that clutch housing in and hopefully draw this on no problems. Let's find out. I forget if I shot a video on this side. I got it all cleaned up. It had some kind of rust from water, surface rust in the bottom. I've got a new PTO brake to put on, so we'll install that here with the new O-ring. Actually, let me go show that. So I say I got a new one. I got a different one. I got a used one. May regret that choice, but this tractor is going to be doing PTO work. So there's the new O-ring. We'll stick that in that hole and get this on. Well, that's done. That went on pretty flawlessly, really. We took the skid loader in, brought it through the back door, lifted it over, and then backed it up right on. So all the O-rings and everything installed. Now I just got to wrestle that thing in there. Never did test that. I asked on the Facebook groups about how to test that. Apparently you have to put oil in the ports and then put some air to it. See about doing that. But anyway, we'll put that in there, get a new gasket on. And I just temporarily have this cover on here to make sure I don't get any crap in there. We're going to start working on the rock shaft soon. But honestly, I'd kind of like to wait to put that on until I get the tractor together, because this is so heavy lifting it together. Obviously, I'm not doing this the conventional way of rolling it together and lifting this. It is, I think it was all our skid loader could do, and so we'll have to use our one big tractor, and that's not very maneuverable, of course, in this building. And in anticipation of putting it together, I turned this thing around so that we can just kind of pull up and drive the rear end onto it, hopefully put it together. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dwayne. Thanks for reaching out. Dwayne is working on his B and the transmission. Been there, done that, as some of you know, so good luck, Dwayne, with the rebuild that you're working on. And feel free, any of you, to email me at danielfarmchannel@gmail.com. You can reach out if you have any questions, or I'd love to see what projects you guys are working on. And also, please do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and you can turn on notifications. I'm trying to do videos more often now, but we'll see if I can keep up that pace of once a week or so. I'm also thinking about doing a live stream. So let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in a live stream, whether it be a Q&A or just, personal, get to know some of you guys or knowing me. But I'll maybe be looking at doing that in the next few weeks. So with that, you all have a good day. And got some videos lined up here the next few weeks, and we'll see what we can make of it. Talk to you guys later.